Derek Overstreet, founder of the New Millennium Group. We're a financial planning firm. We have advisors standing by right now to take your call. 888-999-6370. The reason you're going to want to call is we're going to help you retire 3 to 5 years before you thought possible. The way we do this is by putting together a step-by-step plan. So if you're one of those people listening and you'd like a plan in writing, give us a call at 888-999-6370. That's 888-999-6370, or go to utahsfinancialplanner.com.
Some of the most meaningful jewelry you own isn't new. It's inherited. A ring from a grandmother, a necklace full of memories, but no longer your style. Duke's Jewelers reimagines family heirlooms into custom pieces you'll actually wear and love. Working one-on-one, Duke's designers honor the original story while creating something fresh and modern. Don't let meaningful jewelry sit unused. Let it live on beautifully. Visit Duke's Jewelers in Springville or online at dukesjewelers.com, where old stories become new treasures.
It's time to get your morning started with the news you need to know.
News update.
This is what's trending with DJ and PK. Hashtag Utah Jazz.
Usually, if you're in a game and your opponent has 82 paint points, you probably never feel like you're in the game. But it's a good reminder for all of us that sometimes there are shooting nights from the perimeter that can equalize those things. And we shot the ball great from three, and they shot it horribly.
No, how about that? That's Will Hardy. Jazz shot it great from three, and the Cavs stunkaroony. But it does not matter for the Cavs because they still won 122-113. Mobley, big man, Evan Mobley. I was going to call him Eric, but I knew that wasn't right. It's Evan Mobley. And what's that other guy's name? Donovan Mitchell. Yeah, 34 points for that shooting guard. Both of them, 34 away. And the Jazz, 6 more losses, hopefully, to go to secure that spot. They're bearing down on it. Looks like they're going to get it. And as I was talking earlier, Filipowski sitting. Man, this guy, what do they got in him, man? He's intriguing to me. I've heard different scenarios for him. Oh, he can't do this, he can't do that. Yeah, I tend to look at what the players can do rather than what they can't do. Because there's a bunch of players in this league that can't do this or that, but they can do other things. So away they go. We shall see. It's really odd because I normally, as Will Hardy's talking about, I usually look at the shooting percentages, and if a team is shooting over 50% from three, they usually win. Well, this is just completely flipped. 19% for the Cavs, but they shoot 52% from the three, or from the field. So they shoot 19% from three, 52% from the field. So take away that. What's 47 minus 6, Yak?
47 minus 6 is 41.
All right, so I got 41. Now what is 32? I got 90 minus 32.
It'd be 58.
So what's the first number again? They were 47 of 50, 41 of 58?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's blistering. Why freaking take those threes? I'll never understand that when you ain't making them. And meanwhile, the Jazz, 15 of 29. Lion King, 2 of 2. The Lion King was hot. What's that guy's name? John Conchar.
John Conchar.
I got to learn his name. Oh, my gosh, he tries so freaking hard. What are you smiling about?
You know why I'm smiling.
He do.
He does. He does play hard.
He do. Oh, they all play harder. No quitting these guys.
I will give... So watching that game last night, it's clearly evident that the fact they don't really have a frontline player. I know Oscar Sheway does his best, but he's overmatched against the likes of Mobley.
OT?
Yeah, but the thing is, you look at that, they're giving their best effort, but they're just overmatched.
It's in the DNA. Once you put on that uni, once you step foot on Utah soil, you give your best effort at all times.
Well, we are the state of industry.
Most of us do that. So, yeah, there you go. Jazz go down. You got to look at Filipowski and Sensabaugh because you got Kennedy Chandler, and I'm looking at it, so I got it. I don't confuse it. He's playing 40 minutes, but Sensabaugh and Filipowski are playing 24. Man, see, to me, this is, if you want to call it egregious, far more egregious that these two, who haven't accomplished anything in this league as far as playing on a winning team, they're playing in the 20s, and Kennedy Chandler is playing 40. That's far more egregious than sitting Markkanen and Jaren Jackson a few weeks ago in the fourth quarter.
I completely agree, but apparently the NBA is totally cool with this.
I know.
Hey, Adam Silver, how about this?
I know, and it doesn't matter, and we're not. I would fine him now, because you're sitting Flipper and Sensi. That makes no sense.
Who, by the way, they were both having pretty decent games,
Right.
and you're like, hey, you two.
They did that the other night at Denver. Flipper,
Correct, yeah.
you're out.
Yeah.
And so
And the thing, they'll probably do it tomorrow night against the Denver Nuggets.
I got somebody called Benzmang.
Bez Mbang.
Mbang, yeah. He's playing 29. So Bez, the Bezer, is playing 29 minutes, and Sensi and Flipper are not playing as many minutes. That is, to me, that is the ultimate. I got to give the Jazz credit for having the Stones to tank like this and just basically, you know what, give the finger to the league. They're going to do it. No problem. You have the problem, not us. Good for them. Only got 6 more times where they need to do it, and then we'll wait till the month of May to see what the draft is all about. And hopefully the Lady Luck shines on the Jazz. As Yak just said, the Jazz are back at the Delta Center tomorrow night to play the Denver Nuggets, with, of course, the usual tip-off being at 7 o'clock for a weekend game. Okay, let's go on to the NBA.
Hashtag NBA.
Well, how about this? This is, oh man, the Lakers, they've got controversy every which way. Laker coach J.J. Redick stumping for Luka Doncic to win the MVP. Quote, if we continue to finish the season the way we're playing right now, and he continues to play that way, to me, he is the MVP. Well, Lakers, they're better than I thought. I think that with LeBron playing more of a secondary role, not to say that he's not still good, because he had a triple-double last night as they beat the lowly Wizards, and LeBron had 21, 10, and 12 assists. So he's still got it going on from that perspective. But if you look at who's doing what and so forth, that you end up playing, Doncic gets more opportunities, and even Austin Reeves. Now, obviously, Doncic wasn't playing last night because he accumulated his 16th technical foul, which is an automatic one-game suspension. So he took the night off, and the Lakers had no problem cruising past the lowly Wizards, who are 17 and 58. And the Lakers are going to win over 50 games because they're at 49 right now. So I think that Redick has got some credibility in saying that. But, of course, you've got the MVP, the reigning MVP, which would be Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He demurred on pubbing his own bid to make it 2 straight awards. He said of the MVP race, I think it's good for the league. I think it's good chatter. I let my game do the talking. How about that? All right, that's kind of cool. And the Thunder, his game does a lot of talking. His game is very loud, even if he is understated. They beat the Detroit Pistons by 4 points. The Pistons gave him a little run. In fact, that went into overtime, and that was the difference. The Thunder scored 13 in the overtime, so if you do your math, you would see that the Pistons scored 10. Or no, it scored 9. I can't even speak. Can't even do my math. Never do math. SGA, as they call him, wow, 47 points. But really what stands out at me in those 47 is 12 of 19 from the field. So he's a good shooter. He doesn't take a lot of threes, for that matter. He only took 3 and made 2 of them. But he goes to the line 25 times. Wow. 25 times from the line in that would be, what's 48 times 5, Yak?
Oh, jeez. You're on the spot here. 48 times 5.
Not times. I'm sorry. Plus.
Oh, 48 plus 5? 53.
Yeah. All right, so the games, when they go into overtime, is 53 minutes. That's a lot of free throws. The team shot 32. He shot 25 of them. He's going to be up there for the MVP. I think Jokic missing a bunch of games because he was hurt about a month probably limits him a little bit. We'll see how that is. And, I mean, that's just... It's something to talk about, but I don't really think it's that big of a deal anymore, the league MVP. I think it's about the playoff MVP. And also the Bulls. Oh, they waived Jaden Ivey after he posted a lengthy, is that a rant? A rant on social media about religion and questioned the league's decision to highlight Pride Night, saying it celebrates, quote, unrighteousness. He took to social media after being waived, talking about the Bulls, saying, they said my conduct is detrimental to the team. Why didn't they just say, we don't agree with his stance on LGBTQ? Why didn't he say that? Why didn't they say that? How is it conduct detrimental to the team? What did I do to the team? What did I do to the players? Well, there you go on that. You can have your opinions as such. That's a political thing, obviously, and I don't think anybody wants to hear my political opinion. You probably know it anyway. All right, let's move on to college basketball.
Hashtag college basketball.
No! Oh, Randy Bennett. He's going to be 64 years old in June. And he couldn't have his introductory press conference because he was sick. He's dealing with an undisclosed medical issue now. He put out a statement saying that the Mayo Clinic is treating him and all will be well. All is well. We shall see. In order for it to be well, he's got to get a bunch of players. I wouldn't think that it's a long-standing health issue, but hopefully for his sake. I guess the Cal Baptist coach, he hired his assistant, hired as the Cal Baptist coach. They won the WAC, right? And hired him, and his son is a player who had been committed to Randy Bennett and now has changed his mind, is going to commit to ASU. So we'll see how that plays out, and that should start heating up. Is it 1 week from today, or today the transfer 1 week from today with the transfer? It's like the 7th through the 7th. Is it 2 weeks?
Yeah, 7th through the 21st.
Okay,
it's the day after the national championship and the 2 weeks following.
And that's obviously 1 week from today because Monday is the title game, and we go from there. So we'll see how much movement is going on. We've had a couple players from Utah, most notably the Dawes kid, right? He's put his name in there. And a couple guys from Utah, but now we got to see what happens with them as far as their new coach, which we will have that press conference here in just under 2 hours as he is in Logan and he'll speak. Final Four showdown, Arizona and Michigan. The betting favorites to win the national championship, while UConn's upset of Duke has sportsbooks sweating. If the Huskies win it all, they will have the longest title odds of the semifinalists and could drain the sportsbooks if their run continues. Did you see Dan Hurley's mother, Yak, when that last play went down?
I did not.
It was 3 words, so they had a camera on her. And our boy's off today. And you know he just has that innate skill.
The lip reader. Yeah.
Were you here when he said that?
No, but I feel like I have been with all the times we've brought it up.
So, but even like a total amateur, like God didn't bless me with that skill. He's got the skill. I know you do, DJ, and I know you're listening. You got the skill. Well, even with that innate ability, that God-given ability that blessed David James Snigeldorf III. As the play was unfolding and the ball comes loose, as Boozer, the other Boozer, loses the ball, and then Mullins drains that. The camera's on his mother and father, so you can see his mother. She puts her hand on her head and says 3 words. The first word was holy. The second word was the big one, and the third one was what we would call fecal matter. And so they asked Hurley about it. And he says, that's just the way we talk, man. Where do you think I got it? That's the Jersey City way. Now that extends, Jersey City would be, my grandmother, when their last portion of her life was in Jersey City, so I've been there many times. And my mother, he said, that's the way my mother talks. And I said, tell me about it. Yeah, my mother swore constantly. All right, let's move on to the NFL.
Virginia International Raceway wasn't built for traffic. It was built for drivers. Kaizen Autosport puts you behind the wheel of Virginia International Raceway. Kaizen Autosport delivers elite driving experiences and professional racing schools at VIR with expert coaches, structured instruction, and real performance cars. Whether you're brand new or ready to push limits, this is where drivers are made. Learn more and book your VIR experience at drivevir.com. That's drivevir.com. If your idea of a group getaway is another conference room, just stop. Virginia International Raceway flips the script. Host meetings, retreats, or team getaways any time of the week. With on-site dining, lodging, open space, and adrenaline-filled activities like karting and off-roading. It's where work meets wow, and where people actually want to be. Bring the team somewhere unforgettable and make it a getaway everyone can really look forward to. Learn more at virnow.com.
Hi, this is Alex Kantrowitz. I'm the host of Big Technology Podcast, a longtime reporter and an on-air contributor to CNBC. And if you're like me, you're trying to figure out how artificial intelligence is changing the business world and our lives. So each week on Big Technology, I bring on key actors from companies building AI tech and outsiders trying to influence it, asking where this is all going. They come from places like NVIDIA, Microsoft, Amazon, and plenty more. So if you want to be smart with your wallet, your career choices, in meetings with your colleagues, and at dinner parties, listen to Big Technology Podcast wherever you get your podcasts.
Mom, can you tell me a story?
Sure. Once upon a time, a mom needed a new car.
Was she brave?
She was tired, mostly. But she went to Carvana.com and found a great car at a great price. No secret treasure map required.
Did she have to fight a dragon?
Nope. She bought it 100% online. From her bed, actually.
Was it scary?
Honey, it was as unscary as car buying could be.
Did the car have a sunroof?
It did, actually.
Okay, good story.
Car buying you'll want to tell stories about. Buy your car today on
Carvana.
Delivery fees may apply.
Hashtag NFL.
Ravens team president Sasha Brown blamed a slow news cycle for the fallout that came from their decision to rescind the trade for Raiders defensive end Max Crosby and said he believes the move won't affect them when it comes to future deals with other teams in the league. I probably agree with that. What's available, how do you deal with it, all that stuff. The Niners, you got John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan insisted at league meetings in Arizona. Exiled wide receiver Brandon Ayuk has played his last snaps for the team, but they aren't in a hurry to move him as they're willing to wait to make a deal in hopes of recouping an asset or two in a trade. Now, you want to talk about Ivey going on social media. Hasn't Ayuk done some stuff like that?
Oh, yeah.
It's been not good.
This is the thing with the Niners is, as one national pundit says, he has screwed them at every turn, so they in turn are going to obviously hold on to him until they feel it's in their best interest to do something.
Is he still getting paid, though?
He is on the, I don't think he's being paid right now. It's I think he's on the
suspended list or something
like that, yeah. But he's been kind of floating out there.
Yeah, that's sad. That's a sad situation there. I don't know what's going on with Ayuk, if there's some mental health issues anytime you're dealing with that. That's dangerous because it's not like a broken arm where you can go to the doctor and they can cast it and away you go, and then X amount of time later it heals. Whew, I know it. So Cleveland Browns owner Jimmy Haslam said that he believes QB Deshaun Watson has, quote, a great chance to become the team's starting quarterback. He's got a fresh start because he's got a new OC, Todd Monken. Now, Watson has been injured for most of the time he's been with Cleveland, and Haslam said the trade was a big swing and miss last year. Yeah, gosh, he has been injured. Is it 2 seasons or 3?
He's been at least 2 that he's been injured.
I want to say
for.
2. I'd have to look
for
that
the
up.
Achilles. Obviously been kind of working his way back from that. It's a very interesting pivot, though, because called it a swing and a miss last year, and suddenly, hey, he could be our starting QB.
Well, if he's healthy, he's a player. And he's got his life in order, and I have no idea if that's the case, but, he's a player. As far as that goes. He was a player anyway. How about that? I don't know what he can be going forward. So, reports say the Seahawks will be the franchise featured HBO's acclaimed Hard Knocks series this summer. And the following summer, the Patriots. Okay. I guess that's still interesting. I don't have HBO. So, I go to hotels, I watch it. I try to binge watch it a little bit. It's kind of repetitive in that way, but it is a little look behind the scenes and fans like that. All right, college football's up next.
Hashtag college football.
Ooh, great news, Yock. I just got a text from Roberta that they've reviewed my profile and they think I'd be an excellent match for some part-time remote opportunities. Hey, compensation, $250 to $500 daily. Wow.
Sweet.
All right,
nice knowing you.
You want to handle the rest of the show?
PK's out.
The members of the College Football Playoff Committee include our guy, Utah Athletic Director Mark Harlan. Now, he was a late addition last year. Somebody had to leave. Somebody got fired or something. What was that story?
I'm trying to remember the exact timeline on it.
Yeah.
I want to say you're right. Let me double check.
So he'll be back and have a new. Basically, this won't be a fill-in. He'll have a new term.
Yeah. So he took over when Mac Rhodes from Baylor stepped down from his position at Baylor. It was on an interim basis, obviously, because it was like mid-season, and Harlan already had experience having worked on the committee, and now he's on a brand new term.
Okay.
He is the Big 12 representative. Let's just put it that way.
Side note, I see how that plays out. I'm sure there'll be controversy next year. There always is with that thing.
Yes.
Cal and Fresno State, former Cal and Fresno State coach Jeff Tedford, and former Auburn and UCF coach. This makes sense. Gus Malzahn. So you've got two veteran football guys who have been around and coached and had some pretty good runs, for that matter.
Correct. Yeah.
They'll be on that committee. That what do they do? Like the last week of October, first week of November, somewhere in there.
Typically, it's been the first week of November, and they do it weekly thereafter until the conference championship week when they finally announce.
So they have their moment in the sun, and they'll have a representative. Maybe Mark will be the representative when they come on TV each week.
That's going to be Hunter Yurachek again this year, the Arkansas 80.
No, I want Mark.
He's the chair once again.
I want to see Mark on that TV.
It'd be fun.
Yeah, see what he's thinking, or what they are thinking as a representative, the lead representative. So that's always something to look forward to as it becomes available when we get to that point. All right, MLB.
Hashtag Major League Baseball.
MLB, you've got the probable Hall of Famer Justin Verlander took to the mound for the Tigers. Now, he came up with the Tigers, so for return, he's like 42 now, and he struggled. 43, oh, wow. He got lit up. The Diamondbacks, in 3 2/3, he was tagged for 5 runs, 6 hits, 2 walks, and gave up 5 runs. The Tigers scored 6 in 1 inning, but Arizona came back and did not actually relinquish the lead because I think they were up 8-0 at that point, scored 1 more. And Arizona gets its first victory. They're on the board after opening the season with 3 consecutive losses to the Dodgers. And the Dodgers actually went down. Wow, can you believe it? How many times will we be able to say that? I know it's baseball, and the best teams will lose up to 60 games because if you win 100, you are really good. So the Dodgers go down to the Guardians 4-3. Sasaki gets the loss, although he pitched well, so it wasn't high scoring there. The Padres lose to the Giants. The Giants finally get on the board. Their controversial hire of the Tennessee coach with no Major League experience make him the manager. They win 3-2. That was on the Baseball Network. I was watching that a little bit. Washington Nationals left fielder Joey Wiemer, he tied an MLB record for most consecutive plate appearances to reach base to start the season with 10. And the Nats blew away the Phillies 13-2. Seattle walked it off on the Yankees. Cal Raleigh, guy didn't do much at the plate in the Baseball Classic. He had a pitch hit in the 9th inning. Luis Castillo tallied career strikeout 1,500 in the win as he tied up Aaron Judge for the K to win. The Yankees were 5 for 5 in their challenges utilizing the automated ball strike system, which is known as ABS, in their loss to Seattle. Manager Aaron Boone was irked by the umpires not adjusting after the challenges. He was irked. The Bees tonight, they open the season against the Sacramento River Cats. Now that's their home season because they've played 3 games before. First pitch at the ballpark at America First Square is set for 6:35. Coverage is on 1280 AM. And that's Tony Parks, right?
Tony will be on the call, yep.
Yeah, our guy Tony Parks, starting his 3rd season, replacing the legend that was Steve Klauke. Miss him for sure. And so coverage will begin at 6:20 p.m. What is Trending is brought to you by Shamrock Plumbing. There is no job that is too big or too small. Get the personal touch with Shamrock Plumbing. Okay, Shamrock Plumbing.
Hey, sweetie, your mother showed me this Carvana thing for selling the car. I'm going to give it a try. Wish me luck. Me again. I put in the license plate. It gave me an offer. Unbelievable. Okay, I accepted the offer. They're picking it up Tuesday from the driveway. I haven't even left my chair. It's done. The car's gone. I'm holding a check. Anyway, Carvana, give it a whirl. Love ya.
So good, you'll want to leave a voicemail about it. Sell your car today on
Carvana.
Pickup fees may apply.